Right, now we're going to visit the triangle relaxation. Now, I learnt this only recently from a lady called Sarah, who came along to the Lyrical Songbirds rehearsal a few weeks before we had to close down. And it was a really interesting time, actually. And I was so impressed with some of these things that I've taken it into Carlton Male Voice Choir and Aston Church Choir too. So you will all have seen or taken part in this at some point over the last couple of 2 or 3 weeks. And it's called the triangle of relaxation. Head, shoulders, this triangle here is what we're working on. Now the recommendation for all of these movements are 30 seconds in each position. So I won't do that now on the video, otherwise it will just take too much space on the websites that we put it on and make the video too long. So I'll do them for 5 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever, around that time. But once you finish the video, repeat the exercise and hold the poses for at least 30 seconds. The other recommendation that the lady, Sarah was her name, took us through it. She recommended breathing throughout these exercises. These are exercises to relax your body, relax this triangle here in order to get a good singing posture and position, and certainly a nice relaxed feel around this. Now some of the Judy, for example, at Songbirds, I'm sure she wouldn't mind me using her name. She got back to me, I think it was Judy, and said how well this had worked for her and how well the rehearsal seemed to have gone if she felt more relaxed in this triangle. You've really got to feel this in yourself. I've done it with you already, so nothing will be unfamiliar. So let's follow along this relaxation exercise then. So we're going to be moving the head and moving the shoulders a little bit. Starting with the shoulders then, I'm going to turn on sideways so you can see just how wide my body is. It's a funny angle that I can see. And we're going to think about the point in the centre of our shoulders here, and we're going to lift them up to 12 o'clock. Now have your hands down by your side, relaxed. A little like the Hunchback of Notre Dame here. This is not, don't ever share these videos, will you? So holding that pose up there, squeezing the shoulders together at the top. Of course, we will never do this when we're singing. It would be a ridiculous pose to get in. It wouldn't help us at all. But for getting the muscles that we need to relax and feeling those muscles, this exercise is good. So just holding up there at 12 o'clock position, and then you're going to hold that for 30 seconds, of course, after this video. And then rotate those shoulders forward until you're squeezing together these chest muscles here, pulling and stretching those muscles on the back in the opposite way. So you're stretching those muscles, pushing those shoulders as far together as they will go, and they're now at the 3 o'clock position on the clock face. It's a bit strange for me in the position I'm sat. I'm going to hold that there, breathe through it. You'll be breathing and listening to me hopefully at the same time. I'll be talking to you. So holding the muscles there, the shoulders there at 3 o'clock. And then after 30 seconds, let's drop them down. And now we're forcing the shoulders down as far as we can get them. Remember, that point is what we're talking about here. Forcing that down with both arms as far down as you can. It's now at the 6 o'clock position on the clock face. And you'll be holding that for 30 seconds. And then after that, remember you're breathing all the way through this. And then let's rotate them round to the 9 o'clock position, really squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back there, stretching the muscles on the chest and compressing those shoulder blades at the back there, and again breathing through that, holding your shoulders there in that position for a little while, 30 seconds, and then lifting them back up to 12 o'clock, holding it there. And then when you've done that, just have a bit of a shakedown. You know, the old thing that we do. All choirs seem to do that. I don't know if you see videos of choirs warming up, they all seem to do this shakedown. I don't really know what that does, but why not? Okay, so do that a couple of times, and in your exercises, when you've done that, you'll be holding them for 30 seconds. When you've gone round the clock face, then go the other direction. And you can do that 2 or 3 times, what it will take 5 minutes or something like that. Yeah, getting those shoulders, and you'll be learning by the feel of this now where those muscles are that need to be in that bottom end of the triangle that you're relaxing. Now, moving up the triangle, we've got this neck, and as Sarah put it to us in the workshop, we don't actually think about what these muscles around here, shoulder and the top of the neck, have to do all day, which is holding our blooming head up, isn't it? You know, walking around, holding this thing, which is quite heavy, you know, on top of your shoulders. We've got to hold that up all day long, and these muscles can be quite tense doing that, especially if you work in a stressful environment, or like I got a stressful home life with 2 kids. You know, you get these neck muscles a bit tense. Right, so we're going to work now on these neck muscles. Now remember, when we've done this in the rehearsal rooms, in our respective rehearsal rooms, we let our head drop forward first, and just to its natural resting place. So it will sit in a position, and you've got to be careful here. Don't overdo any of these exercises. We don't want any sort of strains or aches or pains. We've got enough to worry about at the moment without that. So just let it fall into its relaxing position, and when you're ready, just push it a little bit further forward. If you're trying to talk and breathe through this, it will actually change the way that you breathe because you're compressing the area there. Just push that chin onto your chest a little bit. And as we've said previously in this exercise, you'll be holding that for 30 seconds. And then when you're ready, lift your head back up to the upright position, hold it there for a little while, 10 seconds or so, and then we're going to let it drop backwards. And again, it won't move far, well, mine certainly doesn't, just until a point where it's resting. And then when you're ready, just push it back and stretch the muscles. And then you're going to be holding it through there, and important to breathe through all of these, holding it for a good 30 seconds. Bring the head back forward, and sure enough, we're going to take it left or right, whichever your preference, and let it just rest. Don't tip your shoulder down, keep your shoulders straight and relaxed. Just let your head tip and then push. So if you notice there, my shoulder didn't move at all, and I'm stretching. It can be actually quite uncomfortable. Some people in the session when we did this quite enjoyed this and were going ooh and making some noises of ecstasy. I don't particularly enjoy it. It quite hurts. Just hold it there for 30 seconds. When you're ready, bring it back up to the upright. Mine just cracked then. You might expect that. Creaks and cracks and grain, all sorts of noises as you do that, as you strain your neck. So take your neck now to the opposite side, let it rest there, and then push a little bit again. Don't let your shoulder dip. Hold your shoulder straight and breathe and relax through it. Now, while I'm talking to you, you're not going to be relaxing very much at all, I would imagine. I'm constantly yapping on. But the important thing is to do this exercise after this video is finished. Do take the time to try and get that shoulders relaxed and that neck area relaxed. If you want, you can add to it a nice rotation of that. Some people don't like doing that. That's when all the cracks and groans will come out, and then take it the other way. But take it slowly, not as fast as I'm just showing you there. Just roll round. Don't push too much on that exercise there. Just take it round and then back the other way. Enjoy the sensation of feeling all those muscles that are holding that head up all day long. And then the top of the triangle is this area here, our mouth area. And you shouldn't be touching your face at this time, of course. But for the demonstration of this video, I'll take the risk. You'll hear about me in the newspaper if it goes wrong. So yeah, it's relaxing that jaw. So I just want you to make yourself look a bit stupid. Just let that jaw relax. Just drop it. It sounded a bit stupid. And then when you've looked a bit of a silly person for a few minutes, move it around. See how far that jaw can move in that circle, and you can feel those muscles on the sides of your cheeks starting to work. Don't touch your faces, of course. And then the other part of our mouth is the tongue. Now there's a few exercises we can do with the tongue. We can just push it out nice and wide across the front of your lips and make a nice noise. Be careful not to spit on anybody, of course. If anybody screenshots this and sends me that picture back or puts it on the internet, I'll be very mad. Certainly not on social media anyway. So getting that tongue moving around inside, you can close your lips. And just do that for a number of seconds outside of this video, moving it around there. Realizing that the tongue muscle is also underneath your chin. So as you're doing that, feel that muscle, learn where those muscles are, and those are the muscles we need to be relaxing in this triangle of relaxation. The lips, we've done a little bit of that in another exercising with the lip trills. Try and get that nice and relaxed. And you can I always say when we're singing we look like quite funny actually, you know, because you're trying to make lots of diction. You need to make those lips nice and loose and help them to create the sound that carries across to the audience, not just a speaking sound where you would be talking to one another, but imagine if you were talking to a room full of people without a microphone, you would need to make that really very, very clear. So that's the area we need to do. Whilst we're working on the tongue, I'm just going to add in one more exercise, and that is quite a funny one. So you're going to just put the tip of your tongue in between your teeth and squeeze it. Don't bite your tongue off, of course, but just squeeze it. And then I'd like you to try and swallow. Just the very tip of your tongue. Swallow a couple of times. It might take a little while to get used to that. If you think that's quite easy, then try and take your tongue halfway out and again bite down on it and swallow. And then when you're feeling really brave, and if you can manage this by the end of our little break in our choirs, you'll be really good at it when we try it back in the rehearsal room, which is just take your tongue right out, grip it with your teeth and try and swallow. Almost impossible, but that's relaxing those muscles around here as you do that. So a little fun thing there. Struggle at first, persevere, and you'll no doubt get that. Okay, so there's the triangular relaxation. You try it now at home, taking 30 seconds for each of those exercises. Write them down if you need to and follow it on a chart. Get yourself relaxed, and you can do that before any of the other sessions that we do on video when we actually get into the proper singing of our pieces. This video works for any of our choirs, Aston Choir, Lyrical Songbirds, and of course Carlton Mel Voice Choir, and hopefully it will keep you occupied at home. Breathe throughout the exercises, get relaxed, get a nice stance. If anybody comes in the room, don't be embarrassed, just carry on.